Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hello MJ friends, so we had an incredible day in the S&P 500, and if you have been following along with the SPY videos that I've been putting out, you've known that I was in a major trade, a big trade for me in terms of playing that bounce. So if you are interested in that, check out those videos from probably the last video, not the one today, will be the most informative about my mindset and psychology. And there's a lot of insight into the psychology of the market in those videos, not just, saying I think it's going to go up to this price because. So MJ is disappointed. There's no other way to slice it. The entire stock market just bounced 5%, and this is what CGC did. Now, granted, CGC started the bounce one day early. We bounced on Monday when this S&P 500 closed at the low of the day. So that's a reason for a bit of the discrepancy, but again, there's no two ways around it. Bulls are a bit disappointed. So we're still looking for any kind of sign of a bounce. We did break the high of Monday by 9 pennies. It's a potential daily bear flag at this point. Volume is low because Canada was closed. Canada is going to open tomorrow, probably slightly green, not a big difference. And in order for any kind of bounce to get going, the CGC bulls have to break 28, have to see follow through, have to see an hourly higher low and higher high. At this point, that higher high is not convincing whatsoever. We need to clearly get over 27.64. And even at that point, again, we're just looking for a lower high compared to 33.65. So not the kind of bounce. If you showed me that SPY candlestick and you said, what would be a move for CGC that you'd be content with and would be a good day for the bulls? I'd say we closed at $29 and that would do it. So obviously we're far away from that. And we'll see if they can turn it around and get some momentum going. This is just day one of the S&P 500 bounce. Oil bounced as well. Talked on Midas letter about how oil and SPY are correlated and how they're both going to have to bounce in order for the Canadian MJ sector to bounce, in my opinion. Those bounces have started. These bounces have started. They're not convincing yet, but bulls have to hold this hourly uptrend. If we lose that hourly uptrend, big red flags. So 26.47 stands out as a little support level. 25.56, lose the hourly uptrends with this size of a bounce, and it does increase the odds of a potential daily bear flag. APHA, these are all US names. APHA had that follow through, clear lead bull on Monday and clear lead bull again today. Could not break resistance. It's still a daily lower high pattern. We have 691, 659, 629, 617, and now 610. Bulls have to break this daily lower pattern to get the bounce going with follow through. So tomorrow, best case scenario for the bulls is break 610 and 617 first thing in the morning, break 629 in the afternoon. That would be a very successful day for the bulls if they could pull that off. Otherwise, hourly support that the bulls must maintain is 560. If we lose 560 support, that is a red flag in the short term. 536 would be the next level. So at this point, all bulls want to maintain the hourly uptrend, because if they don't, that shows us that the bulls are running out of momentum. ACB, again, it looks like a daily bear flag. This is not a convincing bounce at this point. The hourly time frame must hold support is 496 and 486. Resistance 514 and 518 have to break in order for the bulls to get any kind of real bounce on the daily time frame. And again, these are just bounces to try and get a lower high to form on the daily. We're not trying to change any trends or anything like that. We're looking for a bounce to set a lower high compared to 601, and the bulls are just trying to negate bear flags at this point, and we need a solid green day to do so. Tron on the daily, bear flag really weak. We broke the high of Monday by 1 penny, essentially a double top. So the hourly time frame is extremely tight. 998 is support, followed by 986. And as far as resistance goes, 1040 has to break. 1094 is after that. Very weak bounce. Have to see green tomorrow in this sector. TLRY, extremely weak bounce attempt. We actually broke the low of Monday. That certainly stands out. So the hourly time frame, anything under 73.72 is just a lower high. And support 67.66. IIPR, let's look at some US names because they saw significant bounce days correlated with the S&P 500. So again, that's a significant green candlestick. We took out all of the red from Monday and half of the red from Friday. If CGC had seen the same kind of bounce, well, I guess it did, just in terms of taking half of Monday's move. Obviously, percentage-wise, it was not the same. This is more of a condensed pullback. It's a slow and steady lower high, lower low pattern, whereas IIPR was more of a dump V-shaped recovery. So different bounces, and that comparison was not a good one. But we're looking for a lower high on IIPR compared to 51.53. Anything under that's just a little lower high, and the hourly support has not really been established here. We're coming straight off the low of 42.55, so we need an hourly higher low in continuation for the bulls to remain in control on this bounce. KSHB, another one, bullish reversal candlestick on Monday, big confirmation today. Anything under 599 is just a lower high. We're certainly anticipating that. 5 psychological resistance, and hourly does not have support established aside from 451. So the vast majority of individual names in the market that are correlated to the S&P 500 need healthy hourly consolidation. We saw a short squeeze in the market today, and SPY was up 5%. I've never seen that in my life. So we need healthy hourly consolidation. But as far as the Canadian MJ sector goes, we have to break the high of today and the high of Monday with a solid green day tomorrow to try and negate these potential daily bear flags, because the last thing that these bulls want to see is a weak bounce, the S&P 500 with a strong bounce, and the S&P 500 sets its lower high and then pulls back, and the bounce on these Canadian MJ names, not significant, just leads to lower lows. That would be worst case scenario. So the more that we bounce the next couple of days, the more space we have to try and hold support on consolidation and see the first initial signs of trying to change that daily trend, which is still a long way away from happening at this point. So I appreciate you all watching. Continue to do good things out there. Plenty of opportunity in other spots. Again, I've been doing this in terms of trying to coax people to leave markets, go to other markets to broaden your horizons and increase your opportunity. And a lot of people are set because this is what they know. They know Canadian MJ, and that's fine. And I'm not saying sell all your positions. I'm saying broaden your knowledge horizons and learn other markets. I told the cryptocurrency people to do it, to get into Canadian MJ back when cryptocurrency was going crazy and we knew that wasn't going to last. Canadian MJ, go out and explore, leverage the ETFs. Oil's got a ton of volatility. Natural gas has a ton of volatility. And now the S&P 500 has a ton of volatility. But again, if you want to be a trader and you want to be agile with your funds and moving around, you need to be able to be comfortable doing that. And the basis of doing that is being, number one, comfortable with the charts. I mean, you could, if you give me a chart of something, a sector I've never traded before, the future price of Play-Doh, I will be comfortable trading that because I'm comfortable with the charts. So that's step number one. But then, of course, you know, some of the fundamentals of understanding those other markets as well. So perhaps some motivation for some extracurricular studying. I hope you're well. We'll see you soon, tomorrow.